Welcome everyone to the Big Debate 2019. Welcome all representatives of the candidate teams. I'm Esau Gonzalo, the current communications officer of the current student government. First, to start up with, I want to give you a message that comes from all of us, from all of the student government right now, and also the administration. We are incredibly proud to this year count on 6 teams running. We're really, really happy, and we want to thank you for your initiative and your participation. This being said, we cannot go on with the debate without mentioning something that worries us. And this is the recent learning we have had that 2 teams have been penalized for infringement of rules. This has been, as you may know already, Team Blue and Team Yellow. Both teams have accepted and acknowledged their mistakes and their fractions. And we just really want to end this on a note of we really hope that this doesn't happen again through the campaign and that we see fair play and accordance to rules from every team. So this being said, I want to make very clear that this is definitely not the point of the debate today. We are very interested, and as we will see soon, in knowing what you guys have prepared for the next SG and the next year in IE. So without further delay, we're going to jump into the big debate, which is an effort of the SG together with the debate club, the Stork newspaper, and with the help of the Media Lab. So Dario, co-leader of the debate club, is going to be hosting and moderating the debate. What structure do we have for this big debate?
Perfect. Thank you very much for the student government for organizing this together with us. Due to the nature of this year's field of participants, we decided to divide the field into 2 different groups. So we're going to have 2 semifinals where, I mean, three of you will debate each other. You will be answering questions posed by the debate club. Then we will have a poll online by the Stork. We will find out which 2 teams did the best, which 2 teams are the most popular. And these 2 teams will be facing off against each other on Thursday, 1:30 or 2 p.m. In another big debate where we'll be answering the questions from the IE students. Today's questions have been prepared by the Stork, by the student government, and by the debate club. So yes, I hope you are ready and prepared.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So without further ado, let's pull some numbers out of the jar. We're going to be pulling, that's in there, there's 6 papers with the name of your team, so the colors. We're going to pull in order, so this will mean 1, 2, and 3 will be seats 1, 2, and 3 for the first round, and 4, 5, and 6 will be 4, 5, and 6 for the second round, right? So let's do this. Want to go first?
Yes.
All right, so
okay, the first team is Team Green, so you will be sitting all the way over there.
All right, let's take this a bit. And for the second team, we have Team White in the middle.
Thank you.
Okay, and the third team for the first debate will be Team Blue.
All right, and let's go into the second round. On the first seat, we'll have Team Purple.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, the second team in the second round is Team Yellow.
Thank you.
And last but not least, Team Red on the third seat.
Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Then thank you very much, and let's start debating. Perfect. Thank you very much for being here, the 3 teams of you, Team Green, Team White, and Team Blue. This is the first of the 2 debates. The second debate will follow after this. I now kindly ask you to give your opening statement of 1 minute. Team Green.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for receiving me here in this beautiful campus of Segovia. And thank you for being here. Fellow students, thank you for watching. My name is Carl Perrault. I'm the president of the Green team, and it's an honor for me to represent this group of people that we like to call the Green Army, a group of passionate, hardworking, and reliable students striving to make a difference. We are committed to make your time at IE the most unforgettable experience. We believe your experience is our experience, and that together, we can really make a difference. What motivated our decision to run for the student government is the one-time opportunity to make a change and the need to give back to this university that hosts most of our most strong feelings and emotions of youth. We believe in the IE values of diversity, social innovation, entrepreneurship, and personal enrichment. In this year's election, my team and I face a strong competition, but we are really willing to show you our ideas.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Green Team. White Team, your 1-minute opening statement, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It is a pleasure to be here representing the White Team, and I'm running for president. It is a pleasure to say that a lot of teams are running this year, which I know is new to IE, because we've beat the record with the number of teams running. And I would like to say that my team has many proposals that you will find out of during our campaign this week. But I would like to emphasize that it is crucial that we are realistic in terms of how to attain our goals, as the last thing that a team would want to do is propose something that is not attainable or possible. For this reason, we will be very specific as to how we will go about with our objectives, and I wish all of the teams the best luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, White Team. Blue Team, your opening statement, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm standing here in front of you representing Team Blue. Team Blue does not only represent the proud colors of IE University, it also represents and shows the passion, hope, and power to actually change things in this campus. We have started our movement with the phrase empower, choice, and connectivity. And I can assure you that with the program we'll be announcing today, I'll make sure that 1, you get the best time here at university, and 2, you get the job of your dreams thanks to the tools we'll be implementing with an incredible team of people. I just want to precise that Team Blue is not only composed of 6 people. It's not 6 people running for these elections, it's a dozen of people out there working with us in order to make this campus an amazing place, right here and right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Blue Team. Okay, so let's just start with the questions. There will be 3 different blocks containing of different questions on different areas of the student government. The first question is for the White Team. Considering the attempts made by the current student government in improving communication, especially in consistency and the quality of the content posted on social media to inform the students, what can your team do to improve the communication and to make it even better, and how are you planning on doing so?
It is true, like you've mentioned, that there's many platforms that a lot of clubs, the current student government, and other teams that have in IE in order to promote events, conferences, and many more activities. And it is true that there's a problem of communication, because if you ask anyone on campus if they know about the conference coming up next week, more than half of them will say they have no idea about it. And they have social media, and they come to IE every day for class. So it is evident that it is a problem. However, there are solutions. For instance, I think that it is important for each platform to be directed to one activity. What I mean by this is, for example, the Stork. It is a very important platform in this campus, and it has a good reputation, and it is widely recognized. So many people read the Stork. However, I think that there are clubs that are trying to get IE's attention that don't have any presence on social media. So I think these small conferences that could be big should be promoted on big platforms. And it is important for other clubs that also use social media to raise awareness. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next question is for the Blue Team. Similar question, considering the attempts made by the current student government in community and development, so a different topic, for example, the Freshers Week, what will your team do to improve these activities, and how?
Thank you so much for the question. I think this is a really important question that we have to mention here in this debate, and especially when talking about community development. We should make sure that we redefine what community development is. Under our government, we're willing to give more funding to clubs and athletic teams. Because it is a shame that right now, for example, our rugby team here in Segovia is being shut down. And it's also a shame that we don't get a coach. It's also a shame that a lot of teams want to actually participate in league, in tournaments, and don't get the chance to it. Under our government, we will make sure that each and every team, athletics or club, will get the funding needed. We sponsor the trips to participate in international tournaments, but we also make sure that here the clubs will no longer deal with the participation problem. Community development is not only about clubs and athletics, and I really want to mention that because under our administration, we will deduct a special committee for social causes. Because I really want to see another Panas for Venezuela #2, a bigger Panas for Venezuela and a stronger one. Because the moment you are here at IE University, you are part of this community and you do share their problems, their political thoughts, and what empowers them the most. Because community development is not about imposing our ideas onto you. It's about empowering you so you make the best time out of this university and you know that we'll be able to do so.
Perfect. Thank you very much for this answer. Next question is going towards the Green team. Considering the attempts made by the current student government in academics, especially attendance versus participation, so that your attendance influences the grade you will get in participation, which the current student government spent half a year on working and trying to achieve something, what can your team do for problems like these, and how will you achieve it?
Thank you very much. Our team has come up with various options for academics. Our academic plan, I would say, is made of 3 bullet points. The first one is career. I think we're all here in university to get the skills and also to build opportunities. We're all attending university for that, and I think it's really important. We want to work closely with the Department of Careers in order to ensure that first year and second year students can also have career opportunities and can also have professional help. In general, for first and second years, we know that internships are hard to find, and we want to provide them with a huge networking events and career opportunities for them. Furthermore, we want to fix attendance issues. We believe it's very important because there seems to be a common ground among all degrees, and I think it's really important to make a distinction between the participation and the attendance in general. We want to get this rectified, and I think we also want to voice these concerns to the administration. We want to organize more trips, as it started also this year with the student government, in order to seize this chance of being a diverse university. And lastly, I just wanted to say that we want to create a program so you can see the add and drop and the description of each course you take, because extra credits shouldn't be compulsory. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your answers. Let's move on to the second block, and this time we're starting with the blue team. What specific capabilities does your team, and this is your opportunity to actually mention your team members to student government, and why do they stand out? What do they have what the other teams don't have?
I think first I really want to mention the fact that the way our team was formed is not on a personal, I like this person, or this person is my friend, therefore I'm going to take him into my team or take her into my team. We gathered a bunch of people, and with all the people that I mentioned before that will be ready to work for us if we get elected, we went through a vote that can actually put the right people into the right places. Our team right now is composed of Hugo Lefort, captain of rugby team in Madrid. Also, he's a representative of IE Athletics, and I'm pretty sure that with this guy, with his expertise and the fact that he already has experience dealing with campus life when it comes to athletics, we'll make sure that our teams will be competing in leagues, all our teams will have access to coaches, and our teams will be able to compete in international tournaments. We have Virgile Costa, which has been running a very successful event management company in Paris. And we are willing to take his knowledge and apply it into the IE community in order to build a stronger community and to have a better nightlife. Our team is also composed of Paula. I'm very proud of Paula. She has an amazing GPA of more than a 9, and she'll be dealing with the academics. And I'm pretty sure that Paula knows what academics are. She's taken the last degree in Spanish, which is something really important that no one should neglect. Also, without mentioning Enrique, president of the Global Discussion Club. Because of Enrique, we were able to have the vice president of Spain here in university. Thank you so much again for that.
Thank you very much, Usama. Green team, same question for you. Who is your team and why do they stand out?
I love our team. I think our team is very diverse. We have different profiles. We have Marlene as communications officer. She's a hardworking and very motivated student with an interesting background because she started as a communication student and now she's studying BIS, Information System, Bachelor in Information Systems. Then we have for academics Chloé Attier, a first year in a new degree as well, which is a PLE. She will represent the academics in Segovia. We also have Laura Simon here in Segovia, a very good student. And then for the community development part, we have Sam Blanchard, the captain of rugby here in Segovia. So I'm sure he will also be working towards increasing the activities and the athletics here in Madrid because he's transitioning to Madrid. And then our team is composed lastly by Carmen Obaye, who's going to represent the academics for Madrid.
Perfect, thank you very much. And lastly, the same question to the white team. Who is your team and why do they stand out?
Thank you. Unlike the other teams, I'm not going to go through each person individually, as you can see that on our social media. So I'm going to talk about our team in general and how it was formed. Some of us are friends, some of us just know each other, some of us didn't know us at all. But we think we have a strong team for this campaign. We have over 3 degrees. We have law, 2 duals, BBA in law, BBA in international relations, and we have over 4 nationalities. So I think that we are a team composed of people of different backgrounds, which will help us be open-minded regarding how we want to go about our proposals. I can also say that at least half of us are student representatives. So we have been addressing the issues at IE for some time now, and we know who to approach and how to approach them. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. For the next question, would I like to ask a student government member of the current student government to come and give us a little bit of insights into the current work of student government, and then ask you a question based on a problem that they have experienced over the last year. Jonah?
Hey guys, so one thing that we did not expect that happened to us this year, and it's a bit disappointing, is that 2 of the members of our team actually had to drop out for personal reasons. So if that were to happen to your team, keeping in mind the bylaws, what would you guys go about doing in order to bring in replacements and kind of replace that chemistry that you might have lost?
Okay, this question will first be answered by the Green team.
So I think that in the Green team, for us, the Green team, well, I believe this will not happen because we're all highly motivated. But if that would be to happen, regarding the bylaws, well, we should then replace them with students that are really willing and make them approved by the community of IE.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. The next person answering this question is the white team.
I think that if this were to happen, and I'm not going to say with any certainty because I don't know if this will happen in the future, so it is definitely a possibility that we have to look into. I think that, as the Green team mentioned, it would be necessary to find a replacement. However, it could be a little bit tricky to see how we would find that replacement because I'm sure there would be controversy because why did you pick that person over that person once the elections have already been established, once there's already been voting, there's been campaigning for more than 2 weeks. So it is essential that we look at the most fair way to replace this person. And I feel that not only is it something that should involve the whole IE community, but it should be something that should already be pre-established in the case that this happens. And I think it should be included in the bylaws. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Blue team, your answer?
I think we have to be very respectful of the bylaws here in university and know our jurisdiction when we're dealing with university. Also, as mentioned before, we are not a team of only 6 people running. There's a lot of people out there ready to work with us. We do not think more about the individual, we care more about the talent and the work of people. If someone happens to drop out, the work will be continuing, following its normal flow, because this person will already have a bunch of other people working with him in order to make sure that there is a smooth development here at university. And that's what we lack in practicality in university and a very good coordination. it's really good that you've been talking about the team spirit or the team chemistry we had. Well, and that's the whole point of starting a movement and not just only having a team. It's about making other people feel this chemistry, is making other people know that Team Blue is not only 6 members of this team, it's also a bunch of other peoples. It's the whole IE community. And the work will definitely be kept on going. Thank you for this question again, Jonah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jonah.
Of course.
So the last question in the question blocks will be, all teams have mentioned that we have 2 campuses, but we want it to be 1 university. This is something that over the last few years every team has brought up, and every single year it seems like it's getting a little bit better, but what are the actions that you want to implement to actually achieve that we are not only 2 campuses, but we are really 1 university? This question goes first to the white team.
Thank you for the question. We can confirm that this is a current problem, and I know for a fact that it has been occurring for several years, and it's a reality. However, I do think that there's measures that can be taken to make it better, even if it is not exactly possible to unify both campuses into one, considering the fact that it's 2 different places, it's composed of different people. There are certain degrees that are included in one campus that aren't included in the other. There's different activities to do in both degrees. And overall, there are a lot of differences. But I do think that there are, as I mentioned, ways that we can unify this in a way. For example, the fact that if you want to run for student government, you need to have people from both campuses. I definitely think that is a way that in my team, personally, the white team, it has definitely united us. Because we have had to meet to talk about our campaign. We have had to go to the Madrid University, the IE Madrid. They have had to come to Segovia, and it's definitely something that wouldn't have happened if this wouldn't have been a rule. And I know that this rule has been changed from last year. Because last year, if, for example, you were a current student in Segovia now, but next year you were going to be in Madrid, you would qualify as Madrid. However, this year this has changed. And I think this change is for the better.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. Blue team, your answer.
Thank you so much for this question. And as you guys have probably seen, in our campaign, we're talking about unifying the student body as a whole. Because the moment you're accepted into IE University, you ain't part of Segovia campus nor of the Madrid campus, you're part of both campuses. And this is something that we should make very clear. We will be holding conferences every single month. And those conferences will tackle issues that the students are actually concerned with. Therefore, we need to provide transportation again. It's very hard for people in Segovia that I've been talking to, they tell us every single time, well, there's no transportation, or it is conflicting with our schedule to go to Madrid. Conferences, gathering, meetings, transportation will be actually given to go to the actual event. We'll also work very hard on splitting the events between the 2 campuses equally in order to ensure a better collaboration and a better teamwork. And also this year, as Sophia mentioned, we can feel way more that our campus has been divided. And that's also due to the first week of integration where we couldn't have actually common activities within the first years. And when I was talking to first years and we addressed this issue, the first week does actually matter. And not only the first week, because if under Team Blue, we will make sure that you will have to go to Madrid or you will have to go to Segovia at least once a month. Meet the people, and this transition will be done in a very smooth way because transportation will be provided again.
Perfect, thank you very much. And now please the statement by the green team about how you are going to combine the 2 campuses into 1 university.
I think you raise a very important question here. That is the question on how to bridge both campuses, Segovia and Madrid, keeping in mind that we are 1 community and on 2 campuses. I believe that making us proud is one of the beautiful things that can happen here on campus, such as the activities that are offered, like the sports team, rugby, football, girls and boys. And I'm sure that these activities should receive very good planning and to be followed with a good fund allocation. We can really represent IE worldwide in a very bright and shine way. And I also think that all these events and clubs, like the Finance Club, or that had the competition this weekend in Barcelona, I think that these events should be really pushed in order to create a sense of community and to build a very good campus and a community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is it with the questions. I would now like to ask you for your closing statements, 90 seconds for each statement, and starting is the blue team.
Thank you so much for that. I want to announce in these closing statements a measure that is very important that's going to change the history of Ivy University. We will be creating the first IE Parliament here at university, and this will ensure representation not only among all degrees, but also among all students. This IE Parliament will take place once a month for ordinary sessions, and extraordinary sessions. We'll talk more about it in case of a need. This Parliament will gather the people, will voice every single person's concern, their business idea, their thoughts, their opportunities, and we will be, for the first time, voting for an IE constitution. Because at the end of the day, every single person here at university has to know how this government works, has to know how our budget is being treated, and how we have to be very transparent about it. Our government is about transparency, is about choice, and is about connectivity. Thank you so much for being here, and I want to thank also in this closing statement the other teams for their amazing ideas. And please, every person that's watching this debate has to keep in mind one thing. You have the possibility to email Campus Life in order to ask for the possibility of the promises that has been done by every single team, if they're actually possible to be done. And this is also with respect to the jurisdiction. And at the end of the day, one closing thing, you have the right to vote. No matter the team you're actually choosing, vote. Because you will decide on who's going to represent you next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, blue team. The closing statement of the green team, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure to show my ideas and to present in front of you today. I'll be straight with you. I think that in a few days you're going to have to make a vote, which is going to be very important because you're going to be electing the team that is going to represent you for next academic year. And I think that, as the blue team said, no matter what you vote, I'm sure that the other teams have intelligent and talented members, and that we're going to find a way to work together hand by hand and to find solutions for next academic year. I would like to add that for us it would be a pleasure to represent you for student government, and our ideas, you can make sure to follow us on our social media, on Instagram, to show more closely what we are doing and what are our plans. Thank you, and remember that we want what you want, that your experience is also our experience.
Thank you very much to the green team. Now the last and final closing statement by the white team.
To start off, I would like to thank everyone who has made this debate possible. In addition, I would like to say that I know it will be a difficult choice to vote, as there are many competitive and strong teams that are running for student government. And I would just like to say that the white team is very approachable and friendly. So if anyone has any questions or anything they would like to address, we are more than happy to answer you guys through our social media, which you will be receiving more notifications of tonight. So stay posted for that. I would also like to thank the other teams that have been part of this debate. And lastly, I would just like to say that it is really important to keep in mind that, once again, goals have to be realistic. And although there are, of course, a lot of things that can be improved, like in any well-rounded and traditional institution like IE, it is important that the things we promise can actually be delivered. It is crucial and essential for the proposals that have been made to actually be able to be carried out. So I would just like to remind everyone that this is a present condition and that it should be followed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to the green, the white, and the blue team. Now it is on you, the students, to actually go on the link right below this video and vote for whichever team you liked most. The two teams which will win the popular vote will be competing in another debate on Thursday. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for participating.
Now we're beginning with the second session of the debate. We have 1 minute opening statement for all of the teams. So Team Purple, you may begin.
Hello, I'm Lou. I'm representing Team Purple as the president, and I present myself because I want to make a real change in this university. I believe in making a difference, and I've gathered the most amazing, passionate people to work with me in changing those structural problems that the university is currently facing. And I'm very excited to be here to share our initiatives with you and to be part of this to make a difference in the university. Thank you to the Stork for organizing everything, and the debate club and the communications and the media lab. And yeah, one of our main things is we want to make you proud. So please just let us make you proud. Follow us. Check out this debate because it's very relevant to make an informed vote, and we just want to meet your expectations. So please just allow us to meet your expectations. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Purple. Team Yellow, your opening statement now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for your support so far and for the Stork and everyone organizing today. We want to focus our proposals today on transparent information, sense of spirit in IE, breaking the barriers between campuses, implementing an ongoing evaluation between professors, and making your experience at IE better, because this is about you and not about us. The important thing is, how are we going to do this? Through your initiatives and concerns gathered by What to Fix or Talking with You, we have gathered all the problems, and we want to think on long term, putting forward a proposal to IE on the problems addressed so they're not committed again on the new campus. Again, we want the current members of the committees to work with us. For example, the Academics Committee, who has made possible the Portugal trip, or the Communications Committee, which I'm director from, who has made student government more visible this year.
Thank you, Team Yellow. Now we will take the opening statement from Team Red.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Humberto Greco, and I'm running for president of Team Red. Our slogan is to make IE great again. And before we get any controversial questions, just want to make it super clear that it was not politically motivated. We just wanted it to be funny and something that was memorable and which encompassed our ideas. Our goal is to make IE as excellent and as prestigious as that of our big brother, the IE Business School. And to do so, we have outlined 4 key objectives. The first is to grow and support our entrepreneurial community. The second, to improve the standard and quality of our university, especially in regards to learning environment and teaching. Thirdly, we want to implement an IE Cup, which will be a team-friendly tournament to promote school spirit and student engagement. And lastly, we want to open up a student bar to have a social connection, more students, and also a cheap alternative to do eat.
Thank you very much. We will now move on to the first series of questionings. Team Yellow, considering the attempts made by the current student government improving communication, especially regarding the consistency and quality of the content, what can your team do to improve that, and what are the ways you guys are envisioning to do that?
I was the director for the Communications Committee, so I know how it works, and we have a publishing calendar which will be giving access to clubs and everyone who wants to use our channels to promote their initiatives, ensuring fair and equal coverage of all events. As well, we want to increase more transparency, so letting you all know where to get the information, creating a proposal of a list of all contacts for you to gather information and ask questions. For example, if you want to organize a bake sale, you'll know who to contact. As well, we will continue with keeping up with the student government videos, showing you what we do and where the money is going to. Again, we want no policies or problems or concerns that you have to be lost. So for us, gathering all the information in the same place through our channels will be very important. And as I have said, I have experience as director of the Communications Committee to ensure this is done.
Thank you, Team Yellow. The next question for Team Red. Considering the attempts made by the current student government and community development, for example, the Freshers Week, what will your team be doing to improve such events?
The events of Freshers Week in particular, or in general?
Community development in general.
Right. So we have envisioned improving several aspects of community development, both here in Segovia and in Madrid. The first, as I mentioned, is creating a student bar, which we think will help bring closer students, especially in Madrid, where students just go to university for work and then leave home. We want to create that sort of environment where students can be together. And also, we want to provide a cheaper alternative to do eat. Secondly, we came up with a concept called Weekend Leagues, which will be friendly tournaments of different sports about twice a month in the weekends, where students can come in and play for fun. And we think this, again, can bring together both communities, both campuses, and promote that sense of school spirit. And lastly, as I said, with the IE Cup, we think it is a way, it will be a friendly tournament that we can apply to different events, and this will be a tournament between different years. So for example, if we're having a fundraiser, we will see which year raises the most money, and this will, I think, help people donate more money and be more involved. And lastly, also with entrepreneurship, we want to have more focus on entrepreneurship, have more talks. We're looking into creating a sort of incubator, much like Area 31, the Accelerated Business School. We want to help our students come up with their projects.
Thank you, Team Red. And for Team Purple, considering the attempts made by the current student government in academics, especially the concern with attendance versus participation, what will your team be doing to improve the academic activities?
So, in terms of academics, other than attendance and participation, which of course it's something that matters, but it's also to a certain extent something that teachers kind of had a lot of power to, and I believe it's also kind of their right as their teachers, and it's kind of their teaching method to decide how they're going to value that participation. More than that, it's more important to have an efficient feedback, and that means having like when they ask you specifically what questions, what things you care, and like to value it on a 3 to 4 or whatever points, it should be questions that are relevant to us, such as, for example, whether the class is dynamic, whether like the communication skills of the teacher, because in the end those are the most important things about a teacher, including like English and so on. And also, just one of our big things is reducing the stigma around tutorial sessions, because teachers have so much experience, and we can learn so much from them, from like how to improve our grades to how to get to what they've done. And tutorial sessions shouldn't be something that just revolves around doing bad in class, but rather, you know, what opportunities can I get out there? And that has to do with our initiative and exposure, because this university is very well known for staying in the IE bubble, and a lot of us struggle, other than the architecture department, which of course works really well in terms of internships. We want to get there with other degrees. We want to be able to take the same internships where you can actually stand up to that ranking that IE is so proud of.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to the second round of questioning, which is about your team. So I'm going to ask the red team first. What are the specific capabilities that your team has that will make your team stand out?
Yes, I think we have an excellent team. Every single one of our team members has had experience in terms of organizing events or leading a club. We have a student who's in charge of the legal society. We have students who are class delegates. I myself am also a class delegate, have been a mentor and mentee. So we've had different leadership positions and managing positions here at IE and also in our high schools. And we have all like organized different events and such. So we all know really well the way school systems work, the way administrations work, what you can ask for, what you can't ask for, and also how to deal with students. Our team is also very social, which we think is a great advantage, because to engage with the students as well as with the administration. And so I think all these aspects make our team really exceptional for student government.
Thank you very much. Team Purple, similar question. What specific capabilities does your team have that make you guys stand out?
So just to add to that question, I will say that the only reason I'm running for student government is because I believe so much in my team. Because in my experience, team makes everything. In terms of classes, and I haven't had the best experiences. So that's why I looked for people who have, actually experienced what IE administration is like, and what it is to be sent from one department to the next, and what it is when you can't meet up with what you wanted to do and be disappointed with, the things that you actually wanted to do, and people that are going to be reliable, be there when you ask them to be. So my members, I'm really proud of them, because they're the biggest asset of our team, and they're people who actually intend to change the university and who are very passionate about the university. Elena Broglia and Senai, and they're all very out there, and yeah, they're just, so they also, as well, like we have 2 first years, which we thought also was important, because you need representation from all degrees, which is something that we really believe in. We have representation from all degrees, from all years, sorry. So the first years also have experience in their back schools. We have a transfer student who knows how, worked in the American University of Lebanon. So we aim to have kind of like a diverse conversation around how to tackle certain issues in the university.
Thank you. And now the yellow team. Please tell us about your team as well.
I think our team will be perfect for representing you because we walk the talk. We have been involved in IE since day one, since we started. We have 4 class reps and 1 community director. I previously has been also a class rep. All of us are in multiple clubs, attend all events, are in seminars, mentorship society, labs. You can ask about us, everyone will know who we are. We're really involved in IE and we want to make changes for the better, but we also appreciate the good that it already has. For example, Caio has been working for class rep 2 years in a row. He is the most positive person you'll find and he'll work until he cannot do more to put your proposals forward. Alex, for example, since day one, and Benedict, they're freshers, but they have so many ideas and so many motivation to keep going and do everything that they can. Sorry. Myself, I have been in Stork, Ambassador, Mentorship Society. I put theater's Instagram more active and many things that you could see through our social media. And then Roberto, who is the personification of walking the talk, who wants to interconnect both campuses. People don't know if he studies in Segovia or in Madrid because it's always on both campuses. So just get to know us and you will know why we can represent you.
Thank you very much. Now we have a general list of questions. The first question is actually going to be asked by a member of the current student government. So I'm going to invite Jonah to ask you the question.
Hey. Hey guys, thank you so much for participating today. One thing that kind of happened to us this past year that we weren't kind of forecasting and we had no idea was going to happen is that 2 of the members in our team actually had to drop out due to personal reasons. And according to the bylaws that we've given you and kind of what your idea of what we've done and what you kind of think would be best, what would you guys plan on doing if that were to happen, if someone were to drop out of your team in terms of finding a replacement and kind of replacing that chemistry that you might lose?
We'll have the purple team answer first.
So in this kind of gathering people to make the perfect team that I would believe in, I know so many people that are so amazing that it's hard for us to say that we're those 6 members because there's actually more people involved. At first, even we had like a WhatsApp group where we had like, I don't know if it was 10 people, and everyone kind of shared what they wanted to say. And there's still so many people that I thought like, damn, I really want to talk to them. But, so there's so many people that we have as replacements for so many things that, I think we could perfectly deal with that. Because I wish we could have a bigger student government because there's so many people who want to join our movement. And it's very nice.
Thank you very much. Team Yellow, same question.
I think we would first look with people that have been working with us and we know they have the experience to do it. And if not, make a call on the directors of the committees who have experience, have been working for the past year, so they could make the fit to have such a responsibility and they would be the best to cover that position.
Thank you very much. And Team Red.
Yeah, well, I agree with Lou that there's excellent talent at IE. And that obviously we're a small group of people, but there's clearly a lot of individuals who can do a great job in student government. And so I don't think there would be an issue in finding people who are motivated and interested and talented in doing this, especially having done startup labs and other projects around the university. Our whole team has met people from different backgrounds, from different programs and years. So we don't think there would be a problem in finding that. Also, our group has really good chemistry in terms of working together and collaboratively. And we're very social people, so we think that in the case that someone has to leave and someone else has to come back, we don't think it'd be a problem to implement them in the group.
Thank you very much. And moving on to and thank you, Jonah. Moving on to the last question. All the groups that are running have the same idea of we're 2 campuses, but we're 1 uni, and there is an issue regarding the symbiosis of the 2 campuses. So my last question to all of you is, how are you planning to further make the two campuses more cohesive and really embrace the phrase two campuses, one uni. Firstly, Team Yellow.
We have many ideas to make this possible. The first one, having a bigger Spring Ball and Freshers Week, because out of 2,000 students, only 700 tickets are sold. That means that 65% of people cannot go to Spring Ball. And that's the only real event that we have to connect both campuses. That's one of our main issues that we will address. Then we want to implement new initiatives like competitions, already addressed by Team Red, which is a great idea to do, both in sports and academics. So for academics, maybe Skype debates between classes of the same degree, and competitions in sports between different degrees, different sports in both campuses. As well, we want to ask IE to provide more facilities to transport students from one campus to another one, to be able to attend different events and have the same opportunities on both campuses. In the same way, we want to unite the university by not only doing events, but having cost events, because donating things and money and time for a better cause other than ourselves would join any campus. So recreating Panas for Venezuela in both campuses, not only in Segovia, which was only an undergraduate chapter in Segovia and in Madrid.
Thank you very much. Team Red.
Thank you. As I already mentioned, our idea with the IE Cup, we think that would be an extraordinary way to bring both communities together. I think the most important thing about uniting both campuses is creating friendships between them. At the end of the day, if you get people from Madrid and Segovia being friends, they'll go on their own to visit each other. So what we want to do is create events and spaces for them to do that. This includes, for example, in multiple extracurricular activities, for example, the Startup Lab and other labs. There's an intensive period in June. We think we could collaborate that more between Madrid and Segovia. I, for one, met a lot of my close friends in Segovia at the Startup Lab. During that intensive period, we had one meeting together. But doing that and replicating it, we think would be the best way to go forward. We also think that creating more events, like Laura said, in Freshers Week, but also for other years. I think this student government did a really good job in creating the starting parties in La Boutique and Joy. Those were very fun and brought both communities together. And I think more events of those are what we need to go for.
Thank you very much. And lastly, to Team Purple.
So to be honest, yes, it is something that matters, but I think that it shouldn't be the priorities of the student government, because to a certain extent, every degree, including architecture in next year, in a couple of years, are going to Madrid. So I think it's more of an issue about integration within the community when it comes to Madrid, especially because of the recent poll that the Stork released about international students not feeling integrated in the community, and also integration with degrees, because architecture and psychology and certain degrees are completely excluded. And sorry, the papers are distracting me. And basically, yeah, and so it's not specifically about uniting both campuses, but also creating an awareness, I believe, in Madrid of what is Segovia. Because in the end, everyone kind of goes to Madrid at some point. And you know, it's not very hard. You can get to know what is happening. And I think part of that is also the Stork and getting to know what is happening. And as well, one of our initiatives is also having a kind of sharing column of the student government and the Stork, because we think that they should work together better. But yeah, so I think that it should be more about Segovia is more than students that have nothing to do and they just study and they just have clubs, because that's a wrong mentality and that already creates segregation in the campus.
Thank you very much. And now we are moving on to the closing statements. So to begin with, Team Red, your closing statements, please.
Thank you. I think our current student government has done a great job in solidifying what the student government is and giving them extra powers in terms of what they can change. And I think having had that, we can make a huge difference now in the next year, and again, solidify that for the year after. Our motto is to make IE great again, and that is truly our focus. I didn't get to talk much about our academics and entrepreneurship goals, but you can visit our Instagram for more information regarding that. Just a quick run through over the academics. We do hope to make it to increase the quality of teaching, particularly with the English level of teachers, also with the class participation, and changing it to something we like to call academic contribution, which validates more what you're doing than rather how many times you're saying something. And we also want to increase the number of languages we offer and offer school trips for those languages. And so we have many, many ideas, and we really hope that we can do this together, and for that we'll need your help. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we will have Team Purple.
So we would also like to thank the previous student government more than anything because of today, because we were 6 teams who were interested, of 6 people, that's 36 people who wanted to be so much involved in the university that, want to run for student government. And then secondly, I really want to point this out. If, whoever wins these elections, I think the most important part is that we can all be actually accountable and transparent, and in terms of not promising things that we can't actually do. Because I think that we are all so competitive right now. There's so much competition that people are promising a lot of things, and priorities are being lost. And it's not about adding things maybe, but fixing those things that are there that could easily be tackled if managed efficiently. So we're really happy to be here, and thank you so much for inviting us.
Thank you, Team Purple. And lastly, we have Team Yellow. Your closing statements, please.
I would like to say that Team Yellow is prepared to do all the necessary changes, but also to work in the good that there is already been done. You can see that we are dedicated persons by how we're running our campaign through social media, but also, as I previously stated, our involvement in the community with being involved since day one, being 4 class reps, community director. We've been in student government since nobody was interested in, and now it's marvelous that there's 6 teams going for it. But I believe in some part because of the work that we have been working towards that. Our proposals, they're all on social media, you can see it, but we want more transparent information, making your experience better, both in terms of academics and community development, and many more ideas that I have explained. But I just want to ask you for the opportunity to give us the chance to prove you right, that you can trust us. And I think it's not about if I win and another team loses, it's what is better for the students. And I believe that every individual team will do their best of their capabilities to make the community great. But I believe my team has the energy, proactiveness, and willingness to spend their time for this cause and make a better place to be.
Thank you very much. And that concludes our debate of the second session. Please vote for the teams that you like the most, as the 2 most popular teams will move on to the second round of debate that we will have on Thursday.